Lesson 4, part number 3. And why I speak about this term, about the stewardship? Because stewardship is a practical action from praying together to the realizing of the practical realizing of the commandments of God. And sometimes it's not only important to find some new concept, but usually to realize what is said before, what it is said before. Because while we sometimes we looking for the other concepts, maybe to give the new spirit to the old things. And the stewardship and the ministry to be ready to help others to realize the great science of the stewardship is the first step when we develop as internal infrastructure of the parish, as we build the practical relations with the other confessions. On the first level, I speak about the relations between the Christian confessions, between the Catholic, Orthodox and others, and we demonstrate the real fruits of these Christian methods of the communication. For example, sometimes it's only necessary to organize some fests, some celebration, some parties, and then to go to the people with the alternative solutions, but not with the critics of their lives. I give you an example. If you see that many people and their families are destroyed by the alcohol, your first step is to save their children. Maybe I can say you my own experience, but it is very difficult to speak with a person who has, for example, 40, 50 years, and we can call them mature person, but I can say mature because mature concept means that the people think, they do what they think, and they think before to do something. And the teenagers and the children is a young person who often are not agree with the style of life of their parents, fathers or mothers and others, and they have this own internal revolution and protest against them. And when you see these people and many young children who are educating these families, often they are looking for the other way. And if you are ready to walk in your social activity in the parish, you find and you present them other style of life. And first step is the sport. But not only the sport, because they can go in any sport club. But if you give them, for example, 10-15 minutes of the praying together, the participation in the liturgy, and then you will have a small lesson of the catechism, and then you prepare with them and you do together with them some sport exercises or some playing like football, hockey, volleyball, basketball. It does depend from the kind, but it depends from the climate and the condition, and then you create the good atmosphere and the new type of the relation. And often many families are changed thinking of the small children or teenagers who would like to change their parents. And in this, the Christianism has great possibility, because for example, it's because the present concrete and practical science of God, because this science changes themselves. And when I spoke before that it is important, first of all, to renew good infrastructure of your parish, because often when you go to the other confessions and to speak to them, oh yes, okay, can we do together some this or this? I can say that not all parishes are the same developed level of the infrastructure, the parishes infrastructure. And in my mind, and I have seen that you can see the same villages, same town, you can see and you can visit some 3, 4, 5 parishes. Many of them often looking to have this traditional vision of the parish, the church, praying, and enough. Social ecumenism is something other. Social ecumenism is a practical social action with prayer, with praying, with dialogue. When we would like to do some, we can call it update of the relations with the people. When you go to them and when you call the people and you can ask them, are you ready to work together? Are you ready to be together in the community? And are you ready to stop to speak often about the things without the sense, and to do small activities that together we can change everything that you like? It is great, because you help them to open their great potential inside of themselves. Because when you open this great potential, it's the first step that the people change their life. They change themselves. It's sometimes I'm amazed. I'm amazed when the people live in small villages. They have one church, and they don't do anything outside of the church. They pray, but they are in the conflict between themselves outside of the church. Why it is? Because often they don't know how to work together. They don't know how to be organized in this question. And stewardship, using the practical methods and of the great experience of the stewardship, you can help them really understand their possibilities in any camp, in any sphere of the life. Because when we speak about the food, to share the food on the last dinner of the Christ, before we have seen that the Christ during 3 years was with the apostles. They spoke to them. He spoke to them. He demonstrated to them these great treasures of the faith. And during these 3 years, we have seen these great events when God gave the food to the people by sharing only some pieces of the bread, some fishes. Why? Because the source of it was the love to these people, was the solidarity with the others, and they all had the bread. They wasn't hungry, because who listens to God's word, who listens and follow God's science, he is never in the bad condition, because what our goal is to understand objectivity, the science of the God.